Guys, welcome back to another video of the Feeling Studio. Just on a walk right now. I figured that I am going to be editing this video, but also it's just I want to get down into the breakdown of the DNC convention of 2024 and how disastrous it was. The same people that are like, oh yeah, we're anti-establishment, we're going after the elites, we're going after corporate greed and price gouging, are the same people that are accepting corporate PAC money, as you can see when we get into this video right here.
Hello, America. Thank you to the workers that make this convention happen. Let's never forget how essential all of our labor is. I come from Appalachia. We kept the lights on in this country for generations. But the wealth made by our broken backs and our black lungs never did trickle down. And Washington listened to rich men demanding that we stick with dirty energy at any cost. Across the country, working class people are looking for a political home after years of both parties putting profit above people. Now, Trump, a billionaire, says that he'll take on the elites. But then he promises handouts to big oil, and he punches down at anyone with the guts to be different. But populism that insists we are too different to get along, is just divide and conquer by a different name. There's another sort of populism with roots in this party.
Blah. Like, what is this dude rambling on about? Like, seriously, it's like populism within this party, the working class roots within West Virginia. It's like, bro, get out of here. Like, it's I mean, he actually is speaking. He actually thinks like, oh, these politicians that have accepted millions of dollars within corporate PAC money from both the green, the green energy industry, the lobbyists, and then also the fossil fuel industry lobbyists. This man he actually thinks they're listening to him. He actually thinks like, oh, my speech is powerful. My speech is great. It's for democracy. It's like, yeah, no, dude. Like, and just watch. We're gonna finish his speech. I'm sorry if I'm rambling, but it's just watch how he walks off stage. He thinks like he completed a mission. Like, just watch.
That we in West Virginia know well. They called us rednecks back in the 1920s because striking workers from all different races wore red bandanas around their necks as they fought and died for respect and a living wage. Their fight yesterday is our fight right now. Right now.
Listen, dude, our fight yesterday is their fight yesterday is our fight today. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. That your grandpappy's Democrat Party is not that party today. The Democratic Party today is pro-war. They're pro-child pedophilia because we know who they are. We know who they've spawned. Both sides are. Both Republicans and Democrats are pro-child pedo, So it's just, I gotta like mute my words, because the tech overlords basically. But yeah, no, dude, they're pro-establishment, they're pro-poverty, they're pro-war. I meant, as long as they're in power, homeless veterans will be criminalized. I mean, dude, it happened. They literally allowed the criminalization of homelessness to happen in the United States. So the Constitution, they piss on the Constitution every single day of the week. When they go to their jobs, they go to the Senate, they go to the Congress. So I'm sorry for interrupting, but it's just everything that this dude is saying is completely entire opposite of what it is today. What it is today is a complete fallacy.
It is our choice to build on this progress.
Choose progress. So a woman's right to choose being rolled back and essentially at risk in 22 different states. That kind of progress, or hell, progress like child labor laws, being rolled back, to like pre-1920s or the 18th century. Yeah, definitely progress.
And to create a political home for the mass of working Americans fighting for control over their government, their workplaces, and their planet. And it is our moment to live up to. Let's get after it. Thank you very much.
I really said something. I said something for democracy. I said something for the liberal order. Yeah, dude. Okay. Like, look at how he walks. He just walks off the stage. He thinks he's a rock star. Because it's like, oh, I got long hair like Jesus. I'm walking off the stage. Yeah, I said what I said. Like, okay. Yeah. Let's go to the next video. It's just Chris Cuomo. I mean, after this man's speech, I had to put this in here. Chris Cuomo, he fucking nailed it on the head when it came to just, oh, we're going after the establishment. We're going after the elites. No, you're not. No, you're not. Watch this next clip.
A big theme here at the DNC is that they're going to go after corporate gouging. And they're going to go after corporations, whether it's in taxes, largesse, loopholes. The RNC, we heard the same thing. They're going after the elites, the two sets of rules. Let me reveal a reality to you that has to be spoken to here, okay? These are the soldiers. These are the men and the women that go back to their constituencies and their communities, and they fight. They take time from their jobs. They take time from their families. Republicans and Democrats alike, that's what they do. They need to charge these people up. They need to be able to get them on board. But there's another reality that is literally looking down on them. Greg, look at the ring of sweets, okay? This is not unique to Democrats. There is a game of money. When people talk about uniparty, we are strangled by the money reality in our politics. Those suites start at 500 grand. You think there's like a teacher group up in there? You think it's like the Cub Scouts of Columbia County, South Carolina, that's up in those boxes? Some of them are lobbies and good things. The media boxes, you think they're free? Why do you think I'm on the floor? News Nation is not a broke company. Nexstar is a massive organization. We are corporate media. We don't have one of those boxes because that's the game. You pay to play. Those boxes are filled with the same people that they say they're going to regulate. They are literally looking down on the faithful and being told, yeah, we're going to break down on them. We're going to make them pay their share. They paid $500, $700, $1 million, $1.5 million to have those seats. They get hotel suites that are probably gifted to the party. And the same thing is true at the Republican side. And they're going to take them down. They're going to change how it is. They are looking down from on high at the people who make the difference in their communities. And that is the reality of politics. And I had my producer walk around and show you those suites. Now, they're not all the same. They're not all the same. But the reality is, in 2000, they spent $300 million on presidential campaigns. 24 years later, you know what they're expected to spend? $10 billion.
Guys, $10 billion. $10 billion with a B. Literally, $10 billion. 24 years later. I'm 24 years of age. When I was born in 2000, they spent $300 million. That's insane. That's not even like 50% inflation. That's not like, no, like, that's like in the 1,000th percentile for how much money in politics has increased in this country. That is how much it has increased. So, yeah, for the people that are just like, oh, Kamala's going to save America, vote Kamala, or vote for Trump, or this or that, or J.D. Vance, it's like, y'all are just so fucking delusional. It's like, they serve the same people. There is no resetting this system. There is no, oh, we need to do reformism. We need social democracy. No, it's either socialism or it's fucking barbarism. That's where we are at now within this capitalist corporatist scope. That's where we are.
Do you know how much money Harris has raised in the last couple of weeks? Hundreds of millions. And that's success. A lot of it's small donor. A lot of it isn't. The most dangerous money in politics is now legal money because of Citizens United. You've got to know this. The idea that they can fight against it is almost laughable. It's almost laughable. So look and listen when you are told these things. Because I don't care what they promise you. Not here tonight, not at the RNC, not that Trump knows them, not that they don't own them. He did one of the biggest fundraisers I've ever heard of in my life out where I live. Millions of dollars a plate. That's the reality of politics.
Wow. Wow. Like $500,000, 500 bands. It costs 500 bands to literally get a seat, and that's just starting. That is starting, guys. It costs $500,000. That's the average house in the United States of America. That's how much it costs just to, like, bro. All these people that were at the DNC convention, all of them were rich. All of them were the elites. I'm sorry. Like, even all the constituents from states, you know, Democrat, Tennessee, Georgia, California, like, these people holding these state signs up and crap like that. Like, they're just corporate banners. That's literally what they are. Like, it's like $500,000. So that's why they had to close primaries. So that's why they didn't allow anybody from the public, no filming, no recording. Like, this is why everything was like keep it on the low and everything. Because the Democratic Party is the undemocratic party. That's really essentially what it is speaking. But you're going to see in this next clip with Shawn Fain, pro-union, you know, union leader, basically give his take literally in front of the very same people who hate unions and despise unions and literally do union busting. You're going to see him basically with a Vote Kamala t-shirt on it.
Trump is pushing divide and conquer tactics of the rich. It's the oldest trick in the book. They want to blame the frustrations of working class people. They want to take those frustrations, they want to blame it on race. They want to blame it on LGBTQ plus people. They want to blame it on some destitute and desperate person at the border. They do that because they want working class people to be divided and to focus and keep the focus off the one true enemy, corporate greed. The rich think we're stupid, but working class Americans see this for what it is. This is our generation's defining moment.
This is the most defining moment. This is the most defining moment. This election is the most defining moment in our generation. Seriously, Sean. Like, I mean, so the fact that if I worked for $25 an hour, which is like what, like 3 times the national minimum wage, which is $7.25, I would still be fucking homeless. I would still, what, like 3 or 4 times, 3 to 4 times over the national minimum wage. I would still be homeless working 40 hours a week. I'd still be homeless working 50 or 60 hours. I'd barely be making it by. Really. So Kamala Harris, she's not going to accept this or any of these rich people's money or anything. No, don't listen to this man. Don't listen. And this is another thing about unions. I support unions. I will always be pro-union. I will always be pro-worker. Always. Over any business or any capitalist any fucking day of the week. But I'm sorry to tell you guys, unions are not what they used to be. Most unions today are exploiting people. Most unions today, like, seriously, I know a friend who's part of a union, very corrupt union, and it's at Safeway. Very, very, very stupidly corrupt union. Even the union boss and, you know, and the store owner, you know, they got a nepotistic game going on in between them. So unions, a lot of the unions, they have actually sold out to corporations, basically giving it like an extra tax for workers to pay, essentially speaking. I've seen unions do that, literally. So it's just, when it comes to unions, when it comes to fixing the country, like I said, I'm pro-union, but I'm sorry to tell you, sorry to break it to you, they're not the same. They're not what they used to be. We're going to look at something from Open Secrets. Kamala Harris had one of her biggest donations, which was from the University of California. So, University of California, if you guys don't know, is a publicly funded university. It is taxpayer funded through state tax dollars. I used to live in California. Thank fuck I'm out of that state now. But it's just... So you mean to tell me I am forced by law and obligated to pay taxes or else I'll go to jail? So I have to pay to fund this politician's salary while I'm barely fucking scraping it by, while at the same time I am paying taxes that are local, state, and federal that fund this university. So I'm paying Kamala Harris while at the same time paying Kamala Harris again because they donated to her PAC. you know, they donated to her political organization. And same with like the South Asian, you know, these like civil rights groups like South Asian and, you know, like Pacific Islander and this and that, all these organizations supposedly for minorities, you know, for civil rights. Like, these people, it's like, where are your guys' help when it comes to actual African Americans or minorities that are in need of help? Where is that help? Where is that assistance? No, you're going to give it to the person that is screwing the people over. It's just, I mean, there was one man, God bless his soul, and he said it best. It is one big club, and
you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club.